Welcome back everyone to another Forever Winter lore video. I know it's been a while since the early access release and the flurry of activity since then. The game has slowly been worked on by the team over these last few months, and quite soon a new patch will arrive that will finally bring the enigmatic Gunhead to the team as a fully playable character. Now, we've all seen the odd robot man in the original trailers, fighting alongside the likes of Old Man and others against the horrors of the Forever War. Outside of his name though, we knew very little about him. Until today. After being invited to another chat with the team, I was given access to the background files and some of the art of Gunhead. So what exactly is this new character all about? Well, for starters, Gunhead is not a full artificial intelligence or anything like that. More like a type of battle automata. If you know anything about Warhammer 40k's Castellan robots and the like, they're similar to those in how they function. Gunhead units actually started out as a form of urban pacification, as the superstate of Europa was beginning to form. At this time, only the founding member states had any real political power, and this would leave numerous smaller countries little to no autonomy within this new framework, as the founders would receive preferential treatment when it came to things like policy and lawmaking. Numerous cities within these rebellious countries would attempt to break with the newly formed Europa, leading to massive riots and property damage. Given the war had begun in earnest now, the number of able-bodied people to try and quell riots of its size were few and far between. Private organisations would attempt to profit from this chaos, offering the services of their own private security forces and police to shore up the flagging numbers in these states. This was readily accepted by the government and would cement the private sector's involvement in many future security and military projects. During this time, a lot of major construction projects had been assigned to a newly designed humanoid automaton engineer. These machine armies of builders spearheaded the megacity projects that would dominate the skylines for miles around before the firestorms of the war would blight most of these or leave them in ruin. One company that had been supplying these humanoid machines realized that with very little modification, they could outfit the construction machines with basic weapon systems to act as ad hoc security on build sites or company properties like offices, warehouses, or other sites that covered more sensitive assets. The sight of robotic security forces became relatively common within a short space of time, and many different models would be adapted for similar use between different corporations. Rioting in some sectors became a common testing ground for the unit's effectiveness at subduing personnel. Some cases would highlight the machine's advanced ability to isolate the serious troublemakers and single-mindedly subdue this target, while other more tragic instances would result in numerous casualties, as the machines would crush people underfoot to reach their target, shoving or striking anyone between them, and regardless of that person's affiliation, they would engage any other units that they determined as being detrimental to the primary goal. Despite these supposedly minor issues, the potential prompted many private companies to work on and deploy new law enforcement models. Designed to work alongside human officers, these new tactical units would be used to protect important government sites, food distribution centres, and more. Progress was being made, but improvements could still be made. Further advancements would result in the first G-Head unit. A state-controlled and funded project, these new G units would work as part crowd control, part kill team. A more advanced AI suite would allow for simple problem-solving capabilities in service to the primary objective. G units worked on a simple premise in law enforcement. If they're told to fire on a crowd of civilians, they will, without hesitation. Law and order are to be upheld at any cost. As the war was ground on then and the production of G units continued, it was only natural for them to be eventually deployed to the front line. Where Eurasia and Euruska will fight with cybernetic zombie horrors, Europa deploys units of semi-autonomous robots. These new mission parameters required numerous crash patching projects and other tweaks to allow the units to perform in such a different environment of a megacity. Some units are programmed around search and rescue operations, others attached to hunter-killer teams, while some gunheads are used to replace combat losses for frontline units. No two are the same, if you were to look at their coding. After decades of alteration and layered mission coding, some Gunheads have started to develop a sort of personality that can shift rapidly from welcoming police sergeant to dour soldier the next. Some liken it to a robotic version of bipolar disorder or just a glitch. Rumours of Gunheads going rogue isn't uncommon, given how long some tours can last and how little maintenance they get. The longest time recorded between checks was 1,026 days, though some claim to have known Gunheads that have gone longer between checks. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, right? As always, thanks for taking the time to watch this here video, and I hope you're looking forward to running around as Gunhead today when the new update drops for the Forever Winter. Of course, it's not just the new characters coming along, we're going to have a whole bunch of new features, including new water and base invasions with new base defences. You'll be able to hire the water bots, who are real-time water delivery robots. These guys can be hired as AI workers, basically. They will go out into the zone and they will grab water and bring it back to your base, but there's always a catch. People can follow the water boys and they will then risk a base invasion, which are already a kind of thing, but they have been tweaked since. You can now upgrade your innards with new base defense turrets to help out with those invasions. There's a new invasion-proof storage vault, so you can at least protect some of your rarer or most valuable equipment to stop it from being grabbed. And the difficulty for base invasions has now been revamped. It starts with small parties of water thieves and will increase in difficulty with each invasion. A new region has been added, the Frozen Swamp, a vast expanse of rather spooky kind of environment, but also completely different from what we've already seen within the Forever Winter. It's a cool new environment and it's got some great visual landmarks in there. New features in-game including VoIP. Additional quests have been added. There's a new narrative quest giver in the form of a character called Lordos, and the new drill device consumable, which is used for breaking into certain lockboxes. And obviously there's more bug fixes and miscellaneous improvements on the CPU, GPU and network improvement side, sync kill range adjustments, enemy accuracy and damage output adjustments have been made, alongside many other minor changes and fixes. So hopefully, if there's something that you've been waiting for a while, that will be something that will really improve the experience for you if you're having any issues or impacts with things like obviously your GPU or CPU. Hopefully this will be the fix this time around. But yeah, I've seen some of the stuff and I've been told about some of the stuff that's coming for 2025 as well as Q1, and yeah, some interesting things in the works, and yeah, this new patch is the groundwork for some of that. So have fun. Thanks for listening as always, and I will catch you all next time. Have a good one all. Bye bye.